When Hogwarts Legacy was first revealed during the PlayStation 5 showcase, my reaction looked a bit like this.
Curious.
I'm a huge fan of the Harry Potter franchise, and despite the ongoing J.K. Rowling controversy, her body of work remains untouched. I never read the books, but I watched the movies countless times. And for years I desperately wanted an open world game set in the wizarding world, and there it is. According to the game's website, Hogwarts Legacy is an immersive, open-world action RPG set in the late 1800s in which you get to experience life as a student at Hogwarts. If this is as good as this sounds, I won't be able to handle it. But what does it truly need to fully satisfy my muggle's appetite? Well, here's my list of what I want in Hogwarts Legacy. A fully explorable and interactive world. Now this is an open world, so that's basically already confirmed. But ever since I've watched the Harry Potter movies, I wanted to walk around in Hogwarts. So I hope they will push this to its absolute limits. I'm talking about the whole entire school and its surroundings. From the astronomy tower to the dungeons and through the Great Hall, the different common rooms, the courtyards, the Forbidden Forest, Hogsmeade, Diagon Alley, the Quidditch pitch, and even beyond Hogwarts. I want it all and more. I want this world to feel organic and truly lived in. I want to be able to buy wands at Ollivander's, buy a butterbeer at the Three Broomsticks, or even visit the haunted hallways of the Shrinking Shack. If you can fully explore Hogwarts and go between all these places without loading times, I will be a very happy fan. But do you know what would make me even happier? A day and night cycle. Roaming Hogwarts after the sun sets could lead to a bunch of very interesting gameplay opportunities. Imagine having to sneak past prefects and teachers at night to enter the Forbidden Forest undetected, to learn more about the behavior of a nocturnal beast for your Care of Magical Creatures class. That would be awesome. But that could also be super dangerous. Who knows what awaits you in the dark? Now imagine getting caught and losing house points because of that. Which leads me to my next wish. A house system. We know from the trailer and the official website that we get to create our own wizard, and that we also get to choose which house we want to be in. But how does that translate to gameplay? I'm hoping we get to explore the different common rooms and sections reserved for the house we choose at the start of the game. Choosing a particular house should also impact which quests you receive, which characters you interact with, which table you sit at, and so on. It could also influence your skill trees, for instance. Like if you choose Gryffindor, you'd have a boost in courage, determination, and even fire-related spells. And choosing any other house could lead to other types of skills and attributes. The house system could also play a role in the morality aspect of the game through house points, where if you do good deeds you are rewarded, and if you break the rules you get punished. At the end of the game we could even have the house cup being awarded to the winning house. There's a lot of very cool possibilities here. The next thing on my wish list is classes. This is also confirmed. In the trailer we see potion class and herbology. I'm pretty sure we'll get the whole thing. But again, how does that play? You guys remember Bully by Rockstar Games? Well, in that game you got to fill the shoes of a student in a pretty horrible high school, but one thing I loved about it was the classes, simply because it made the world more immersive. You had math, English, geography, and even physical education. But in Hogwarts Legacy there's truly the potential to create something that goes much beyond simple minigames and QuickTime events. It would also be really neat if things you have successfully learned during one of these classes could then be used in your adventure, like making a Polyjuice potion to disguise as a Ravenclaw to infiltrate their common room. Talking about common rooms, I'm also crossing my fingers for a social system. The narrator in the trailer does mention this.
Here you will meet lifelong friends.
Which leads me to believe that we'll be able to interact with the different students around the castle, even the teachers, and form bonds with them. Like in Red Dead Redemption 2, for example, with its simple but effective social mechanics. Imagine complimenting someone on his spellcasting abilities, or casually chatting with your peers about the next Quidditch match, or insulting your astronomy teacher and lending in detention. That would be great, which would obviously impact the different systems like morality and house points. Talking about systems, Quidditch. Now, we know Quidditch is in the game, but to what extent exactly? Even though this one isn't absolutely required for me to enjoy the game, it would still be pretty epic to have a full-on Quidditch system where you could practice during lunch breaks, participate in the tryouts, and even get involved in actual matches. But please, dear God, no quick time events galore. A couple of ones is fine, but don't make the whole thing a boring minigame. Please, you can do better. Next one is a good spell system. This one goes back to classes. I want to be able to learn spells, improve on them, and master some of them. The wizarding world has countless spells. If they do this one right, this could lead to all sorts of different playstyles depending on which classes you attend, which house you are part of, and which side you want to take, good or evil. Which leads me to my final wish. A compelling and nuanced morality system. This can be read on the game's website. You possess an unusual ability to perceive and master ancient magic. Only you can decide if you will protect the secret for the good of all or yield to the temptation of more sinister magic. This is very promising because, as I previously mentioned, this could lead to extremely different experiences depending on all the choices you make throughout the game, from the house you pick to the spells you use. I want to be able to replay this game multiple times and still find different stuff during each playthrough. I truly hope the morality system won't only affect the way your character looks or change the ending of the game. I want the whole experience to be affected and altered by those choices. The way other students talk to me, the quests I receive, the allies I make, and much more. Obviously, I'm pretty sure we won't be able to cast unforgivable spells and turn into you-know-who, but still, you get the idea. I know I might be getting my hopes a bit too high with Hogwarts Legacy, but I can't help it. This is something I've been wanting for more than a decade now, and I cannot wait to jump into this world I love so much. Just don't feel like a Sims expansion pack, please. Tell me in the comments what you think of my list and if I missed some stuff. If you want to chat more in depth about all this and other gaming related content, feel free to join the Discord server by following the link in the description. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll talk to you later.